What's up, Powder Keg? It's Mr. Ooh La La, and I'm Brian Zane. Welcome to another episode of POW Pro Wrestling right here on Wrestling with Regret. Now, Mister, I'm very excited for this week's episode. 2 huge matches in store, but first let's talk about longtime veteran of the sport, the Big Ugly, J.D. Bishop. Of course, he's seen and done a lot in this business. He's also been a longtime friend with our current heavyweight champion, Vinnie Massaro, but as you know, that relationship has turned, well, for lack of a better word, ugly.
Yes, that relationship has been cut asunder since the nice guy Vinnie Massaro chose greed, chose power, chose the POW championship over the friendship and the family relationship he had with Big Ugly. Titus Alexander brutalized both of them in a Sicilian street fight when the Massaro family was formed, and now the heavy hitter, the big stopper of the Massaro family, the Honorable Malcolm Phlex, is out there to stop Big Ugly before he can get his hands on Vinnie Massaro.
Can the Big Ugly, J.D. Bishop, make it past the Massaro family's hired gun? We're about to find out.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, sponsored by Boneyard Beer.
What is that he's got with him?
Introducing first, from Mexican Samoa, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the Big Ugly J.D. Bishop.
Right out the gate. Yep. That's what you do. That's how you do it. A little Pearl Harbor job. I mean, that's what you got to do when the guy's carrying a 2x4 with barbed wire on it. Now, the referee didn't confiscate that, I'll never know.
It's madness, it's bedlam, it's chaos here. POW Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking things off with a big grudge match. Malcolm Phlex wasting no time in assaulting the Big Ugly.
Big Ugly, you have been a thorn in my side for far too long. All you ever do is get in the way of my money, the Massaro family money. And that ends tonight. Phlex is gonna take care of you tonight. And guess what? There might be an unfortunate accident that happens to you during the match. Forget about it.
I'm gonna ask Jeremy, is Big Ugly the toughest or one of the toughest you ever faced?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. He's top 2 and one of them is sitting, one of them I work for, I can tell you right now. That's Vinnie Massaro. But yes, Big Ugly is the toughest, one of the toughest opponents I've ever faced in my entire life.
Oh my goodness. And the story of Big Ugly J.D. Bishop can be read in the scars in his forehead and on his body.
Correct.
He has wrestled countless matches. He is one of the stalwarts of professional wrestling on the West Coast.
And now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, now that's something I hadn't seen before. He snapped that middle rope back right into the yam bags.
That was kind of genius.
That was crafty right there.
That was something befitting a veteran, kind of like Big Ugly. Look at the strength of Malcolm Phlex coming down with that stalling suplex.
You guys got quite the blue chipper in the family right here.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a 2 count. Ugly is a very tough individual. It will take more than that. But you see, this is Big Ugly, his first singles match back in a long, long time.
Since his injury.
9 months or so with an arm injury. He's taking them out of action.
Well, he's had a lot of time to focus in on his kiddies.
That is true, but now Phlex, representing the Massaro family, has been tasked with taking out Big Ugly once and for all. Vinnie Massaro wants as few distractions as possible as he continues his reign as POW Pro Wrestling Champion. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful agility by Phlex.
Right in the kisser.
Coming up with that big old drop kick. And right now, Phlex has got Ugly where he wants him.
Going back to work on that arm.
Back in the work of the previously injured arm.
Smart.
Took longer to heal than originally expected. A number of setbacks made the time off longer than it was originally planned.
You know what that means? Something else is going on in there.
Well, when Phlex is done, he can go back to the doctor and figure out what went wrong the first time.
No, we can see here he's really tweaking that, really bending it around his leg. That can cause a lot of pressure on the forearm, on the radius. Pop the elbow out of socket if he kept it up. And look at this, going back to the arm. Look at that big attack.
Those big shoulders. Malcolm Phlex.
I'll tell you something, it might not be the prettiest right now, but I'm gonna tell you, when you have an injured body part, you go after it, and you stay on it.
Well, ain't nobody ever won on style points.
No.
Look at this. Oh, you see Ugly, he tried to come back with that suplex, but the arm is already injured. So it appears that Flex's game plan might be working.
I didn't make money.
Whoa!
Nice. I didn't make money on style points.
That was a very high leap by Phlex, and then
That
coming
was.
down with that single arm takedown into the knees. Very impressive. Phlex clearly having a game plan here, coached well by the Massaro family. I'm sure you and Bubba, Jeremy, I'm sure you guys give him a pretty good scouting report.
We've stayed up all night discussing ways to attack this.
Big Ugly fighting not just for his own honor, but also the honor of his son, Titus Alexander. You saw many months ago the Sicilian street fight that saw Vinnie gain the POW Pro Wrestling Championship at Titus's expense while Ugly was forced to watch. I'm sure you find that very amusing.
Well, I do. I'm going to tell you, it's been a non-stop party ever since. I'll tell you.
Ooh. Look at that, cranking back of that arm there, pulling on the
Oh, it's a tricep.
tricep as well. I'm sorry. I was about to call it the tripod.
I know you were, but it's okay. It's kind of the same thing.
Just a wrench back on that.
Great action here on POW Pro Wrestling, here on Wrestling with Regret. As Malcolm Phlex continues. Oh my goodness, you can see the pain etched in the face of Big Ugly.
There it is.
Being attacked every which way.
Right now I'm chopping Ugly for chopping the crud out of me back there. Got to give him back.
I mean, seeing him in this kind of state must feel cathartic for you in some way, Jeremy.
It is. Hey, let me tell you something. Doesn't
What a spine buster!
Never mind. I don't need to say
5
anything.
minutes gone.
This
5
man is
minutes
an
gone.
absolute freak of nature.
I mean,
I was about ready to give you this whole spiel, and then that beautiful thing happened.
He had him up above the top rope.
I mean, that spine buster tells a greater story than you could, Jeremy. No offense.
Exactly. No, none taken.
The strength, the quick twitch maneuver of Phlex to get him up there, and the height that he brought him down. Very
My goodness.
impressive.
There it is. Told me to go back to that. But it's not. You got to stay on him, man. Stay on him.
That's right. Flex needs to remain aggressive here. Don't give Ugly any opportunities because the crafty veteran.
High-risk maneuver for Ugly.
Whoa!
Oh.
That was a good quick thinking by Flex there to take him down. Whatever Ugly was thinking did not work the way he expected.
I know what he was thinking.
Oh, but look at this.
I'm sure now Ugly's just thinking, I wish I was a little bit younger.
Oh, you might be right. He's got him in a single leg crab now, does Malcolm Flex.
There he goes. He got to the armpit now.
That's right. The extra cinch in there, putting pressure on the ankle, on the shin, on the kneecap, and on the lower back especially.
Bust it. Take him out.
There you go, grabbing the ropes. Does Ugly. You know, I think people don't appreciate the struggle it takes to reach a bottom rope like that for a rope break. When you're being bent back in 8 different ways.
Especially with a guy the size of Malcolm Flex, the one bending you.
That's the whole thing. He's the damage is done, you can tell.
Big Ugly's return to wrestling action could lead to another hiatus if Flex has his way and continues to dominate the way he's been.
If he wants to keep coming up here to Oregon, stuff like this is going to happen to him.
Now a match like this is this.
Oh, now wait a minute. Malcolm Flex grabbing the Ugly stick.
Well,
Jeremy, I know you're very well acquainted with that weapon.
There's DNA. There's my DNA's all over that stick.
The Ugly stick. And Flex looking pretty confident with it, like he's held it before. But I mean, you're going against the master with it right now. Now, hang on,
Benji's not going to allow this to happen.
Worth pointing out, this is not a no DQ match.
Right?
Well, I don't know that he's so much going for the win, just to try to hurt Ugly.
Hang on. 2, no. Wait a minute, now Bubba Blanchard, what's he doing there?
What are you talking about? Who, where?
He just grabbed the Ugly stick.
I'm like trying to get that weapon out of here.
Yeah, Bubba's just trying to take law and order.
Say it yourself, it's not a no DQ match.
But now you see here, Flex. I don't think he was expecting Bubba to be out here. You can see the body language. He's
Yeah, it changed. It changed drastically.
Doesn't seem to appreciate that. Wait a minute. Whoa!
Oh.
Now he gets it off. Now he gets that Hurricane Rana. This could be the best chance Ugly has.
What's going on? What's Bubba doing now?
There's some communication going on. Wait a minute. Now Bubba bringing in the chair. And again, this is not a no disqualification match. This is not a weapons match.
He's just going to get a seat so he can get a better view.
That's what I was thinking.
You always assume the worst of everyone, Zane.
Sorry.
He just wanted to sit out here like Lord Jonathan
But now
Boyd
look at
used
this.
to.
What's Bubba doing on the apron then? He can find a better seat than that. And he's going, oh, look at this. He's grabbing Ugly. Now look out.
Okay, well, I really can't deny this.
Wait a minute. Oh! Miscommunication has Phlex decking Bubba, and I don't think Phlex is too concerned about it. DDT!
That's a neck snap DDT. I mean,
that stunned him. You can see his eyes glazed over. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The match is going to be ruled a disqualification. And now look at this, the Bash Bros. Dave Turner and Chris Ross. Chasing two members of the Massaro family out. The match is over and Ugly's declared the winner, but has the damage been done? Here is your winner by disqualification, Big Ugly J.D. Bishop.
Hey, sure looks like a winner. Flat on his back.
I'll tell you what, they may have accomplished their mission in taking Big Ugly out. He looks pretty worse for wear.
I'm just gonna ask a real question right now. Yeah, I understand my brother came out. Didn't quite go the way it was planned, but what are these two doing in the ring right now?
I'm not sure. I know they have history with you, and they got something to say about that. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, but Big Ugly,
ain't that cute.
It's a moral victory, but you gotta believe he wanted to put him away for a win. We'll be right back with more action on POW Pro Wrestling here on Wrestling with Regret. It's a crazy end to that match just now with Big Ugly and Malcolm Phlex. And Ugly, you won by disqualification. What's going through your mind right now?
I'll tell you what's going through my mind. That damn chair Bubba hit me, what's going through my mind right now. And the only point I want to make is a win is a win. So I got to win over Phlex. Vinny, that's one more step closer to you. And I don't care what it takes. If you want to bring your guys, I got my guys too. So I don't care what it is, wherever you want to do it. We want you guys anytime, anywhere. And if you think I'm lying, if you think I'm not going to end your career, Vinny, not only are you crazy, you must be stupid.
Evil intentions on the mind of J.D. Bishop. Won the match by disqualification, but hey, a win is still a win. And when that inevitable matchup happens with Ugly and Vinnie Massaro, it could be brutal. Now, let's talk about our main event and the debut, finally, of Allie Katch to POW Pro Wrestling. Now, mister, I know this match you've got quite a vested interest.
I do. It's going to be a wild affair with the Allie Katch and my conservatee La BRUJA Abigail Warren. The stables are going to be open. There'll be no pulsing around here.
Allie Katch here, and I am so excited to finally make my real debut for POW. See, last time I was supposed to wrestle, I had flight troubles. I had things get in the way, but nothing is going to get in the way today. Mr. Olala is not going to get in the way. He's not going to come between me and Abigail today having a match, and he's definitely not going to get in between me having a win on my debut. Now, see, I don't know if you have any magic, anything up your sleeves because you're La BRUJA, but Allie Katch is going to be victorious.
Tick tock, you hear that, Allie Katch? Apparently you used to be a cat, but evidently you used up 8 of your 9 lives, so now you're Allie Katch. Well, La BRUJA here is going to catch you in her web, in her spell of violence, and consume your soul, consume your body, consume all your power, consume everything you have, until there is nothing more, and La BRUJA is more powerful than ever.
Allie Katch, I only got one thing to say to you, and that's tonight I'm going to prove to not only you, but everyone here in the Pacific Northwest, the thing everyone already knows, and that's POW Pro Wrestling is the home of La Bruja. And so you want to come in here, get your big win, your big debut here at POW Pro Wrestling, but you're going to find out what my specialty is, and that is snuffing out the dreams of little pro wrestlers like you who think they can make a name on the scene, a name in the house of La Bruja.
Tick-tock, time is running out.
Gotta say, both La Bruja and Mr. Ooh La La dressed to kill, but so's Allie Katch. I like that outfit. And here we go now with our main event on POW Pro Wrestling. Allie Katch making her long-awaited debut for POW as she takes on the conservatee of Mr. Ooh La La. Oh, look at that. Some disrespect from Abigail to start things off.
This will be a big test for Abigail Warren.
All right, but you know what? She's no slouch either. Allie Katch could have a fight on her own hands. Wait a minute. Could be over already. There we go. Allie wants to get started quick. Wants to set the match at her own pace. Look at that. Hurricane Rana taking Warren down. Allie Katch wants to be known as simply a professional wrestler.
Nice.
Oh, hip attack. Allie Katch, she's feeling herself here.
Got a PSA strut going on.
She's feeling pretty good so far this match. Like I mentioned, one half of the GCW Tag Champions with Effie.
Oh.
I bet she wishes Effie were in her corner right about now.
Yeah, tag out.
Maybe something to counteract the whatever's going on there in the corner, the sparkly redness.
Sparkly redness. You guys don't get along, do you?
Well, we've got a complicated relationship.
Sure
I think is the best way to describe it.
I would say that, I guess, yeah.
The impresario commissioner dynamic. It is what it is. And of course, we are the hosts of POW here. We get along well enough.
Allie Katch with those Kobashi chops in the corner.
Yeah.
You get along well enough for the machine to keep running.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What's Mr. Ooh La La doing in there?
She pulled him in the ring.
See, this is the problem we have. The problem that we have with Mr. Ooh La La. Now, once you try to check in on.
Oh, she got the key.
We also. Oh, wait.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. Now, all right. Well, ride him, cowgirl.
Well, distraction is the key.
Oh,
it sure is.
Right in the jaw did Warren catch her with the super kick. And I guess that disgusting display by Mr. Ooh La La, it paid off in dividends here.
Yes, it did.
I don't know if he minded that.
No, he liked it. Okay.
Here we go now.
That
Warren.
was a terrible cover, though. Did you understand? I mean, you cannot.
No.
You can't put a foot on a person. I mean, come on. You had a great super kick. Let's cover. Let's cover her and let's get this pin.
Now look at this. Ooh La La this is getting ridiculous. If I didn't already have so many obligations and responsibilities
I was going to say,
today,
you almost came up out of your seat here.
I'll tell you what, I've seen him get involved in enough of matches involving me for the YouTube Championship. I don't need to see him getting his nose in other people's business.
I thought you were going to jump into that phone booth right there and come out with a velour suit.
Bet y'all didn't know I could clean up like this.
Yeah, you look good, man.
Now look at this. Speaking of looking good or feeling good about herself is La Bruja at the moment.
Just giving Allie Katch way too much time.
I know this is
That's what I was saying earlier.
Giving her time to breathe. Look at that.
She should be on her like you wouldn't believe.
She needs to take advantage of the fact that Allie's been wrestling primarily in tag matches.
Right.
Now look at that.
Right.
Choking out La Bruja with the sparkly redness beret.
There's a big difference between wrestling singles and wrestling tags.
Huge.
Well, Allie Katch
You don't get that break.
Allie Katch is a very skilled singles wrestler, former Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, I'll have you know.
Hey, look at that.
Yes.
Nice
and
plug for you.
Her great performance against Ruby Soho at the Hammerstein Ballroom earlier this year.
Nice.
People still talking about that.
Oh, no.
Now look at this. Oh, no! Warren throwing her entire weight behind that chop right into the steel ring post, and now she's paying for it.
And those are square posts, too.
Yes.
Those corners will get you.
Allie Katch It's a long time coming, trying to get her here to POW through bad weather and flight delays. And look out! Oh, nice little misdirection there by La Bruja.
Flight delay. She was ducking Abigail Warren. That's what I heard.
And meanwhile, La Bruja has been. It's not like it's all roses for her either. We have not seen her in several months. We really don't know what happens to her in the months that she was gone, or what Mr. Ooh La La might have done to her during that time. Maybe psyching her up, mentally preparing her for more matches like this. Whoa!
Ace crusher.
Look at that cutter by La Bruja. That could be it.
There.
No.
Didn't have quite enough weight on her.
Guess not.
Allie Katch. She's no longer a cat. Really asserting herself or trying to strike out on her own as her own woman.
What is she, an anamorph?
You know, I'm kind of surprised a wrestler hasn't used that before.
What?
Oh!
You know,
I mean, I literally honestly thought she stopped short.
It's mind games. Better believe she learned how to do that from Mr. Ooh La La. Now look at that!
she plays a little too much. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh.
And now Allie running with a purpose.
Oh!
Another big hip attack. And Mr. Ooh La La doesn't know what to do here. Shouting some advice.
Cannonball!
Mr. shouting some advice. I think he needs a new game plan.
This might be it.
Could be it too. No.
He's French. The only advice he's given her is to wave the white flag.
They must explain the boots.
The white boots.
Here we go. Going for the pussy pile driver.
I beg your pardon?
The pussy pile driver. That's what it's called because she's part of the tag team Pussy.
Oh,
You were gonna get us thrown off the air.
yeah.
It's good enough for GCW. It's good enough for Wrestling with Regret.
Okay.
No!
Oh, yeah!
Running kick.
Dinged her.
Take your head off. No.
Not enough. Hook that leg. She needed to hook that leg, get in deep.
Yep. She'd have cinched that in. It would have
Yep.
been all she wrote.
Not quite enough. Oh, throwing some knees, doing whatever she can just to lay in some more damage. But look at
Bring
this.
it on, she says. Bring it on.
Look at Allie Katch. She's not giving up. Oh,
You know how them Texans do. They love a good fight.
Texans are tough. And Allie Katch is one of the toughest.
They do it big.
Look at that. That could be it. Hooks the leg. 2. No.
Think she picked that one up from her war with Ruby Soho.
Little bit.
She's got her day. She needs to go for that pile driver.
I think she's going for it again right
Hey,
here,
she heard
setting
me.
Abigail up.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you're calling the plays, Jonas. Here we go, but La Bruja fights out. You know, if you have a hood on, just keep it on.
Guess so.
Here we go, going up top. No!
Stalled a bit at the top, but got her over.
Look at that. Now look at this cover, though. There's nothing to that one.
This is what I'm talking
We
about.
talked about that one earlier. She's already done the foot. Now with the one hand.
Did the stop short with the slap. She needs to get a little more serious.
Normally I'd say I like the confidence, but come on.
I mean, she wasn't even covering the chest.
You gotta.
This would be a gigantic feather in her cap to get a win over a well-traveled vet like Allie Katch.
Right.
She needs to stop playing around.
What is she doing? Trying to get a little too cute here. What's Allie got in
so.
mind? Hold
Hold
on. Wait a minute. 2. And there you go. Here is your winner, Allie Katch.
Allie Katch's catch can.
And Mr. Ooh La La's plans going the way of mice and men. And speaking of mice, that's another bite for Allie Katch.
Huh, you weren't kidding when you said something about, what was it, horsing around, mister? How you feeling?
I still have saddle sores. I want to say for the record, I'm a man, I'm not an animal, I'm not some kind of horse. Yee-haw! Oh.
Oh, well, watch your mouth, mister. But next week on POW, it's going to be some great action in store for you guys. First of all, Caden Cassidy, the Bad Life choice, will be in action. And then, mister, we just signed this match. As a result of what happened in the opening contest today with Big Ugly and Malcolm Phlex, the war between the Massaros and JD Bishop continue. 6-man action as Vinnie Massaro and the Blanchard brothers take on Big Ugly and the Bash brothers. It's going to be action-packed, mister.
It's going to be a war of attrition, and we're going to see it right here next week. Oh, I've been taking horse pills to strengthen and thicken my hair.
Oh, is that what it's for? All right. Well, for Mr. Ooh La La, I'm Brian Zane. He's going back to the stable, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.